Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for listening to this episode of Marriage Therapy Radio. My name is Zach Brittle. I'm here today with Kevin LaFerriere and his wife Annie. Kevin and his, comedy partner, Evan, are the Dumb Dads. They came on the podcast and we talked about their philosophies on parenting. I think it was back in 2021, so maybe 5 years ago. But they are friends. They are hilarious. If you have not found the Dumb Dads on the socials, check them out. We talk a little bit about what they're doing in this episode. We also get to meet, though, Kevin and his actual life partner, Annie, who's also in comedy. And they both are kind of crafting an art form for an audience that they don't really know. We talk about that a little bit, how weird it is to generate content, push it out into the world, not quite know who's getting it or even if they want it when they do get it. But comedy is a fascinating topic for me. I don't know how it works, although I love it. I love watching stand-up. I love appreciating different styles of comedy. I just read an article on Substack about how comics right now are kind of our prophets. They are the ones who are reflecting truth in the moment and helping us make sense of what is going on in and around our world. And I think we need those people. I think we need them to remind us that it's not all dark. It is wild that many, many comics have a kind of a stated or known battle with depression. Just another way that they cope by bringing some light and energy and joy into the world. We talk about parenting. We talk about how they how they're staying connected as a couple, and it's really fun to talk to fun people who are thoughtful and interesting and interested. I get to tell one of my favorite jokes, and there's a certain, pride in making comedians laugh. So that's exciting for me that I get to share. Like I said, I read this article on Substack, and speaking of Substack, it's where I'm starting to put my energy. I have turned in the book, which I have mixed feelings about because it's wild to lay yourself bare, to commit to having something to say, knowing that thing knowing that thing is going to come out in a year. So I have to sit with it now and just kind of wonder and hope. I'm going to want to change and tweak things, and I will get a chance. But for the most part, it is in stone and it is in the wind. And I can't wait to bring it to life with you over the next year. Part of how I do that is by writing over at Stuff I Write. I'm going to be writing about relationships and insights that I have about therapy and the therapeutic world, but also about other things like comedy and tragedy and literature and music and some of the things that I'm watching on TV and things that I just think about on a daily basis because it's interesting for me to exercise those muscles. And I like being in a space that values quality thinking. So I would invite you to join me over there. Again, you can go to Substack by my name or again, Stuff I Write. And I'm going to be dialing that up over the next year or so. For now, I am interested again in just hanging out with Kevin and Annie. They're delightful people. I saw them in January and we started chatting about a lot of different things that we then had to stop talking about because I think one of their kids had the flu or something weird. But now we get to pick that up here in this context. And as always, this is a very cool conversation. Stick around. You look like you're ready. It's 8 a.m. and you're like dressed and...
Well, that was the deal. That was the deal.
We're early risers.
Be here. Yeah, we do. We do wake up early now because we both work and we have kids. So if you want to do anything, it's either before or after. And it's never after.
Yeah.
Right. How old are your kids?
Our kids are 9 and 7.
Almost 10.
Almost 10.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for hanging out with me. How are you doing this morning?
Thanks for having us. Sorry it took us a while to make this work.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's like you said, there's before and after, and there's never after, right?
Yeah.
So, never after.
That's crazy. Tell me about your lives. You both go to work. I have so many questions that I want to ask about what I think your work is, but how do you talk about your work?
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
I work in post-production for non-scripted television.
Okay.
So I'm a story producer.
Like on Survivor? Like you like
I
help us
wish. Right now I'm working on a rescue show that's coming out. It's a new show. But I've worked on a lot of fishing shows.
Okay.
It's been the mainstay of my career, strangely.
Her
I just
niche.
sort of fell into fishing. I worked on a show called Wicked Tuna for like 10 years.
Right on.
Yeah. And then
I can confidently say I think I've never watched a fishing show on purpose.
That's fair.
Like
Yeah.
I might have woken up from a nap and there have been like some guys fishing on the show, but then I almost immediately changed the channel. So
Well, yeah, and there's like two types of fishing shows. There's the kind where it's just like a person fishing and it's real slow, and then we had kind of like the competition style.
yeah, how do we not die while fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do we make this an epic story? Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, and I kind of have two jobs.
You work for Lowe's.
I work for Lowe's.
Yep.
Reps
No,
for
no.
Lowe's.
I occasionally do a commercial here and there, but and I did one for Lowe's, as you said. But I do
actually 3
social
jobs.
media. Yeah, I guess 3 jobs. I'm on social media. I'm one half of the Dumb Dads.
Yep.
And so I do that. And then I also work in finance. I do like operations for a financial advisor company. So
Yeah.
He works in wealth management.
wealth management.
That's newish. It's very weird.
Yeah.
How's that going? What is there any? What's the different? What is the What's the same about working in wealth management as being one half of the Dumb Dads?
Wow. Talk about two things that don't
Yeah.
ever align.
Well, this is actually you guys. This is actually the heart of why I think about this podcast the way I do. Is talk
Yeah.
about two things that don't connect.
Uh-huh.
Like,
yeah.
I want to ask you about comedy, and I want to ask you about social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about how those things actually have something to say about relationships. And sometimes those
Sure.
things don't connect. And I think, Kevin, the last time I saw you, I hadn't done this interview yet, or maybe I had just done it. This couple from the escape rooms, like they do escape rooms.
I think you would
that's their whole shtick.
I love
That's
that.
their whole thing. They have like a tour company and they've gone on like 3,500 escape rooms and they have like fully formed opinions about that and how that like affects and speaks to why relationships do or don't work. And I was like, I'm all about it. Let's do it. So anyway.
We love escape room.
We do love an escape room. And we
Well,
play
listen,
those-
if you want to go on an escape room tour, they're hosting one in Paris in October.
Let's get to Paris.
Yeah. They're
would
doing
be-
like, I don't know, like 11
pretty
escape rooms in 4 days or 6 days or something like that. And
Wow.
and then meanwhile, you get to go to the Louvre or you get to go to,
That's crazy.
March.
That's so funny that like we've never been to Paris and it's like, well, we're going because there's escape rooms there.
Right?
That was the reason.
Sorry, I don't want to go back to their interview too, but they said something
that's fine.
interesting, which was, when I think about traveling to Paris, which I went to Paris last year, I was like, yeah, we got to do all the Paris stuff. Like you got to go do the things that are on the brochures, right?
Yes.
And they say yes. And when you go into a place, particularly where escape rooms have become, there is a culture, there's like a scene around it. But when you go and you do them, it's really a better way to immerse yourself in the local community and economy and scene.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
And if you like them, you can kind of go, oh yeah, we did those in Barcelona. And oh yeah, we did that one in Japan. And oh yeah, we
That's
did that
true.
one. And it's kind of so it's, I don't know. I have this like dream perhaps that I'm going to be one of those travelers that goes and immerses myself, but then I have to go to escape rooms versus the, wait in line at the museum.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So do you think what connects the two gigs that you are primarily talking about?
Yeah. So,
Anything?
well, I would say one definitely helps the other. So I've been doing the Dumb Dad social media since 2021, I guess. I'd say late 2020, but like 2021, really, we've been doing that all the time. And then I started this job about 8 months ago. And I will say, like, as I said, there was like very little overlap. I think what's funny is that doing social media, I'm doing a lot of like Zoom calls and going to events, some podcasts, stuff like it's a lot of like people facing. And what I do now is a lot of like at this other job is a lot of like data entry and just like making sure, everything is working and written the way it's supposed to be, organizing things, cubicle facing. But I think what is funny about that is like, I'm just used to talking to people. I enjoy talking to people. So I think of everyone on my team, I'm already like labeled as like the more outgoing guy who is like,
Oh no.
well, in the way,
You're that guy in the office.
well, because like the financial advisors, like if we have a question for them, everybody's like, write them an email and hope they don't talk to you. And I'm just like, I'm just going to go talk to them. Why wouldn't we just go talk to them? And I think more people are like scared of other people. And I think, so I would say the intersect is like I'm using now my ability to like talk to people all the time from doing social media, and it is helping my job because I think more people are more open to me because they think I'm less like a hermit in the corner. I'm like, no, let's figure this out. We're adults. Let's talk about it. And I think that's definitely helped.
Tom Peters calls that, he's a management kind of guru. He calls it management by walking around.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
just like, I'm going to go check in at that cubicle and see how that guy's doing so that when I have a problem, I can go and be like, hey, can you fix this problem for me? And it's not this heavy lift, it's just, these are just people. We're all adults here.
Yeah.
I have a coworker who I think she's just, and she's working on it. She's pretty shy, and she'll be like DMing me, and she's over there. Like I can physically see her. And like when it gets to like 6 back and forths, I'm like, we're not doing this. And I just I'll get up and walk over there.
No.
I think she's used to it now, but I think before she was like, what's wrong? Did your computer break? Why are you looking at me?
It's like that classic trope where there's like a husband and a wife trying to figure out like where they're going to go to dinner or something, and they keep texting and they keep missing each other, and then one of them goes, "If only there was some way that we could talk to each other in real time, immediately, by pressing call on your phone." Yeah. Okay, but Annie, you're also on social media. You have a thing. You have
I do.
Stick. What is it?
I have my own account. It's just my name at Annie LaFerrier, where I do parenting comedy. I started it maybe 3 years after the Dumb Dads, and I was like very nervous about it at first because it felt a little like Kevin and I have this phrase it's called diaper on the head because
right on.
One of my nieces once, she was like, I don't know, how old was the little one, like a year old.
Yeah, a year.
And she came out with a diaper on her head, and all the adults in the room were like, oh my God, she's so cute. And we're like laughing. And then her older sister is staring at us all laughing, runs out of the room and comes back. She's wearing a diaper on her head.
Oh, no.
And it was just sort of like, kind of
she got the pity laugh
in a like fun way, like just a sweet little like, kind of cringe moment. And so like, I've always been very worried about seeming like a kid with a diaper on my head, trying to follow.
Being the second one in the marriage into the social media scene, you mean?
Into the social media parenting comedy space,
Well, I learned this when I was with you. What month was that? January?
Yeah.
And because I asked Kevin, I said, your kids are never on the Dumb Dads bit. Like you don't ever put them on, right? Mm-hmm. That's like a thing. But have you, Annie, done that? And then she was like, Kevin was like, no, she's got her own thing. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. What is that scene? Is it competitive? Is it fun? Is it, what is that for the two of you? Do you learn from each other? Do you steal from each other? Do you collaborate with each other? How does it work for you?
I'm very competitive.
Okay.
All of the time in life.
Yep.
I don't think Kevin feels very much competition.
Yeah. I'm also just not a competitive person.
Yeah, we're just different
but
that
what's
way.
that like? That's interesting too.
I don't know.
I mean, the two of you, like you've got a competitive person married to a non-competitive person. How do you manage that too?
Sometimes I'm competitive enough for the both of us. Like I'm competitive on his behalf. You know what I mean? Like,
like I'll go if she's like, we should do this. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm not like unwilling to do things. I'm like, yeah, we can do it. But I won't get like intense about it.
Or like if he has a couple videos that don't perform well, like he might get like down about it. And I'm like, let's get these numbers up. Let's like, let's brainstorm some ideas.
Yeah. I'll sometimes get it competitive if I start getting like good numbers and stuff. And then it's like, all right, I want to continue to have good numbers. But we're not competitive with each other. We, Annie and I have collaborated on several videos that have done really well. And the Dumb Dads as a whole haven't collaborated together with Annie's account, but like I will dip in there because it's like we live in the same house. She's not playing a character. She's herself. So I'm the husband.
Yeah.
And the father of the kids. So it kind of works out.
Yeah. And it's made my account not just sort of parenting, it's also relationship stuff sometimes. And those videos always tend to perform really well. And I don't know if it's like having Kevin on or if it's I think people really like couples on social media.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what people like about couples on social media. I am a really good therapist. And I really like interviewing people, but I'm terrible at like marketing and socialing and trying to like I don't even know what really good numbers are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh,
well, social media is so tricky. I said to Kevin recently, it's kind of like a space where you're like, you're doing comedy in the middle of a Home Depot and someone may be there to buy like yard supplies. And you're like, hey, want to hear this idea I have about parenting? And they're like, no, I'm trying to figure out how to do my backyard.
Yeah.
And so you get a lot of immediate feedback from people who are seeing your stuff, but didn't buy a ticket to the show. You know what I mean? Like they may not like parenting comedy.
Or in my case, and this happened just recently, is I put out a clip that I asked this one provocative question of a couple that I was interviewing, and the question, came up on the captions or whatever. So you could literally like see me ask the question without actually listening to me or listening to their answer. And tell me about this. Like I got all these responses from people who clearly hadn't engaged it at all. They just got upset by the thing that their eyeballs landed on. And then were like, give me all these comments like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, I agree with you, which you would know if you actually listened to the thing, but it's such but it is. It's like, it's not even like that. It's like doing this work in the middle of Home Depot and having somebody get mad at you because they don't know where the DVD section is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm like,
100% what it is.
I'm like, I can't help you with either problem that you have, that you don't want what I have, and that the thing that you do want isn't here anyway, Yeah. So
I think a large part of it is social media is all of the time. It's accessible anytime, anywhere. You're waiting in line at the store, you're on the toilet, whatever, you're waiting to pick up your kids, like you're in your car, like hopefully not driving, but like you can be on social media, whatever, which means you can be on social media in any mindset. And I think that's the big problem is like somebody might be having like a horrendous day, and then you go on and you do your prompt, whatever the opening of your video is, and they're just like, you're wrong for this reason. And it's like, where like, I think when you watch TV, there's obviously some more intention to it. You sit down, you're like, all right,
this is what
I want to watch this. I want to decompress. Even if you were channel surfing, which isn't a thing anymore, but like all of that, you're kind of like, you're intentionally watching something where it's like, otherwise you're like, I don't know what I want to watch. And then you're like, then you get angry. I mean, these people, I still don't understand the ability to comment is wild. Yeah. And I think, I know Annie is this way too. We won't intentionally make a video. Like we won't intentionally make a video that's going to make people mad, first of all. Yeah. And we try to shy away from videos because just people are dumb. And like some people are just really dumb and they don't. We did a video once, the Dumb Dads, about weaponized incompetence. Men just being like, it's easier if you do it kind of thing. And the sketch was that like this dad figured it out. Oh, if I just say I'm not good at this, nobody's going to like rely on me to do stuff. That's pretty great. So he's like winning the whole sketch. And then the end of the sketch is he doesn't get to do a thing he wants to do because nobody trusts him to do things. Yeah. But he like wants to go golfing or something. Yeah. And that was like the catch at the end. Like he got his comeuppance. The comment section clearly did not watch the whole video. Yeah. And it was just one of those things where it was like, all right. So we were like, let's shy away from this kind of content. Like people aren't going to watch the whole thing. People are getting mad at us. And it was like, all right, so there is like a weird, it's funny because these videos are what tops them 2 minutes. Yeah. I mean, people's attention spans are just so limited. They're just like, I'm mad at you at just the prompt. And it's like, maybe watch it twice. Yeah. Yeah. And like what you're saying and like what you deal with relationships is like they're also bringing their own relationship and their own like parenting situation to it. So like we made a video about how like we were going to have date night and I was like, I'm just going to go lay down with the kids for a bit and then I'm going to come back and we're going to have date night. And then I go and I fall asleep in the kids' room. And that's happened, I definitely will go lay down with our kids and I get tired and then like, I'm like, sorry, I know I said we're going to stay and watch a movie, but like I'm out. And the comment section was mostly a lot of people who are like, oh, we're in this phase of life too. Yeah. Like this is the stage we're at. And then there's a lot of people that are like, good luck. He's going to divorce you. He's going to step out on your marriage. Like, just, this is why I don't want kids. Like just really unhappy comments about like a harmless video that
a lot of us recognize is just a phase of life we're in.
The comment section was unhinged. It was like, this is why he's cheating on you. I was like, hold on. First of all, I'm not. Why are you giving me character traits?
Yeah. And then some people were like, the PlayStation beep just hit. And like, I'm like, that's appropriate. Yeah. He's excited to have now time for himself. That's fine. You can make that comment. But like to say that it's a bad sign about your relationship, that you're just
it's wild.
Putting time in with your kids at the end of the night.
Something that you're saying is occurring to me that I actually talk to couples about a lot in my practice, which is it's almost like you have to assume that every single comment is about the commenter.
100%.
Yes.
It's not about the content. It's not about you, especially not about you. And it's definitely not about the real you.
Yeah.
You know, it may be the character that you're playing that they don't happen to identify or like. But but when I'm talking to couples about even like conflict and somebody comes in the room and says, you're a big dumb jerk. It's very easy to go, I'm a big dumb jerk. No, you're a big dumb jerk. But the reality is it's more savvy move to go, oh, you sound really angry.
Yeah.
You're a big dumb jerk means you're upset about something that maybe I need to hear about. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm a big dumb jerk, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that's true.
I want to talk about parenting comedy. I want to talk about parenting and I want to talk about comedy. So both of you are in the parenting space. Do you have parenting philosophies? Do you have relational philosophies that underline the way that you think about your content?
Well, we're both not type A people in general. So I would say a lot of my comedy about raising kids comes from not being the mom that's put together, that like doesn't necessarily remember all the things and isn't going to have the best craft projects. And a lot of, like social media is very like idyllic, what you want to be. And I feel like my space is more like, this is real, true life, trying to put all the things together and how stressful and tiring and much of a failure you can be constantly, but how you're kind of like also never failing if you're, listening and putting in time with your kids. And yeah.
Similarly, I think we early on when we started Dumb Dads like at the end of 2020, when I think a lot of people were jumping on social media. So we didn't like know enough about like having a niche or anything like that. We were mostly trying to like promote the Dumb Dad podcast, but Evan and I met doing sketches. So we were just kind of like, well, let's do parenting sketches since the podcast is about parenting. And then it kind of took off from there. The reason I bring that up is because I think we started to figure out quickly that like our relatability was not in, the dad doesn't know how to make a sandwich thing, doesn't know how to like pack a kid's lunch, which wasn't anything we were interested in doing anyway. It was more of like, I'm just really struggling because I don't know how to do any of this. But I want to do this and I want to be good at this, but I'm not all the time, most of the time. And that started really resonating with people. That got us a lot of followers and like a lot of engagement quickly. And we realized like, oh, the honesty of where we are at as parents. So I say to answer your question is like what we bring of our parenting to our videos is just the idea that like, come on, man, like none of us really know the answer. Like we never come in with a strong opinion. My wife and I, we tried this book, Raising Lions.
Oh God.
For our daughter, which was
you have two daughters.
Son and a daughter.
Son and a daughter.
Our daughter's our oldest. So
daughter's the oldest with the diaper on her head.
The diaper,
Well, that's a mini.
It wasn't our kid.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But
wasn't our kid.
Wasn't our kid. It was
I'd be like, take that off, get out now. We don't do that kind of comedy. Like we tried like Raising Lions, which is like a book. It's just a little too like of a firm style of parenting, but we tried it being like, this is how you're supposed to parent. And like we did it probably longer than we wanted to. Like, it was probably like a month or two, but it was like, like this is embarrassing. And then, and then we actually learned about gentle parenting like through social media and stuff like that. Again, not that we do that one perfectly. And I think that was the idea, was just like coming with honesty of just like, we're all figuring this out. And then just kind of talking to your kids, honestly, was like definitely like kind of a breakthrough for me, I would say. And I saw a lot of that like social media and stuff. It's just like, just level with your kids, you know, about stuff. Like apologize to them when you're making a mistake, or like when you blew up on them, like that'll go a much longer way than like my way or the highway. And I was like, and that resonates definitely more with me as a parent. So like weaving that honesty into whatever comedy we do usually will always do better because people, respect it and see the honesty in it.
Do your kids know that you're like famous? Do they watch your videos? Or are they like, that's so funny, Dad? Or do they get it? Or do they have any?
We try not to really let them watch much.
Yeah.
Because we're always like afraid that they'll think it's about them. We try very hard to make content that is never specifically about them. And we're not perfect about that across the board either. But we never want them to feel like we're making fun of them or making a joke out of their life or centering them in any way. But they do, because Kevin often has people who come up and say hi in public.
Yeah.
They recognize that he's a recognizable figure. I've had it a few times, I think, in front of them, but it's mostly you.
Yeah.
My daughter did one time unprovoked, and I didn't love it. Just said to somebody random at the store. I think they were just like being nice and talking to us, like at the line at the grocery store or whatever. And they were just talking to us. And I think because I'd been approached before, my daughter was just like, oh, she knows. And she went, yeah, my dad's a dumb dad. And this poor person got so uncomfortable and just went, oh, I'm sure he's not. And they were like,
that's awesome.
My daughter was like, no, he is.
Yeah.
And they were like, you really shouldn't do that. And I was like, it's fine. I don't want to explain what she means, but let's just say it's fine.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. All right. And then that's a little bit of a point of view, say, on parenting. What about as you in particular, Annie, as you craft relationship comedy, is there anything that you're aware of or trying to expose or illuminate for people?
Expose. Yeah, I don't know.
Because some of this relationship comedy is very lazy, right? It's very like, oh, I pinched my wife's butt. Or that whole thing. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, isn't the bar a little bit higher? And I'm just wondering
Yeah, in that vein, one thing I despise on the internet is prank videos because I don't believe any of them are real and I hate them. But,
like that guy that throws the stuff at the balloon and covers his wife in like confetti, and then it's like,
I hate it.
You know this one?
It makes me angry. No,
yes, I do. That laugh is burned into my brain, and
yeah. Sorry to those people. I don't
it sounds like
it.
a toy.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's just like I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, I feel like a lot of our stuff is just about finding like the nuance. I think that's always what seems to go viral. If you can just like name something that is very that a lot of people feel but maybe haven't named for themselves.
Yeah. Well, or that they don't know is normal.
Right. Yeah. 100%. And sometimes you put something out on the internet and you're like, I don't know if anyone will relate to this or if this is going to be the worst video ever because people are going to be like, what do you do? And then those things will go viral. They'll be like, get out of my head. How do you have a camera in my house? Kind of. Yeah. That's what I'm always striving to find is just the nuance that maybe people don't even recognize in their own relationship. Mm-hmm. But like a lot of our stuff is being overscheduled, scattered people who are just trying to like make it work. We sort of both kind of hit the like hyperdrive button on our life in the last, like, I guess since we've had kids, just trying to do it all and say yes to it all.
Yeah. I'd say after they were out of like the toddler phase.
Even back then we were kind of doing like our live shows.
We were doing live shows
really
back
kind
then.
of really tried to like do everything we can to, figure it all out as far as like making an actual viable living situation with finances, but also still doing what we love in the arts and making people laugh. And, it's not always lucrative for the amount of time we put into it.
Yeah.
But it's our fun.
I feel rich in my soul, but okay.
Which is all that matters, honey.
Wow.
Well,
we're rich in love.
Listen, I don't want to do like wealth management right now, but I guess I do have a question about if you do have some success on social media as the dumb dads have, and Annie, I'm not quite sure if you would call, I didn't compare the two of you, but if you do have success on social media and you go viral and you clearly have like a brand or something, is it a living wage or is it reasonable for people to think I can make a living on social media or how does that work?
It can be.
To answer the last part of your question, if people think it's reasonable, I would say don't bet on it. Only because, and I'm not trying to get into like the Bernie Sanders of it all, but like, just like
what?
Well, because like the top 1% don't want you to make any money on their platforms, and
that's a good impression.
Because they don't, And when we started, Instagram would pay you for views, and that was insane. Like the first year we made money with the Dumb Dads was okay. It was just like, oh, that's fun. And then the second year was good. It was like, yeah, if this was every year, I wouldn't be working in finance. It's still not like, it wasn't great. It wasn't like, let's upgrade the house and stuff, but it was like, it was a living wage. Exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And then it's like kind of gone downhill, and now it's kind of going up again, only because like we're getting more brand deals. But that was kind of why I got the job in finance, was just like, as a father, as somebody who's like, we have a house, we have payments. It was just like, I'd rather have to work really hard on 2 jobs and like have that consistency of income than to like rely on like, hopefully it's a good year. But there is money to be had in it for sure. But I think that like, the industry is always finding ways to not pay you. Like Instagram doesn't pay you for views anymore. TikTok doesn't pay you for views anymore. You used to get paid on both those platforms like handsomely. I think YouTube is still really the best place to get paid, but like you have to be really good at it. You have to be able to make like long form videos.
That's the thing I bump up against all the time. And when I think about like, oh, I got to do better at social media, I got to do better at that. I'm like, but I don't want to do the ROI part. Like, I don't want to put the work in to get the work out. Like, and it's not enough for me. This is now a question. This is a little bit of a pivot, which is I'm writing a book right now, and I'm finishing up actually this week. And I'm starting to become really keenly aware of the reader, how much I want to take care of the reader. Like when you're making content, are you thinking about the person with the phone in their hand? Or are you thinking about your kids? Or are you thinking about who do you care about? Who's the content for? Is it for you as an artist? I mean, how do you do that in your brain?
I would say it's a little bit of a combo, that it's definitely selfish for us because we just like to make people laugh, and we like that return. But we also, I think, deeply think about our audience.
Yeah.
I want to give people a laugh that like benefits them, where they're like, oh, that's me. I feel seen. I feel hurt, that it makes them feel seen. And likewise, I have made a couple videos, I guess one really I'm thinking of, that made people feel seen in a negative way. And I think I spent like 2 days combating it, being like, that's not what I meant. That wasn't my intention, until I just like took it down, because I realized that enough people were telling me that it made them feel bad, and that's was never my intention. And that has kind of become my philosophy ever since that video, is that I want people to be seen in a good way. And I never want to make people feel judged for their life choices or something. Like, that's not at all what this is for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that about the same. I remember when Annie and I, like, we moved out here in 2013. Annie and I were doing a lot of comedy in New York, improv, stand up, and we had a web series for a minute. And then we moved
out here, by the way, is LA, right?
LA.
Yes, yeah.
And we were in New York, and we moved out to LA to do the same thing, do sketch comedy and stuff like that. And I always joked around that, like, I love doing live shows. It's like my favorite thing. I love hearing like the laughs, making everybody excited. And then I hate going out there after and talking to people. Only because, like, if we went out there to just talk about like anything else, it'd be fine. And that's actually, the Dumb Dads did a live show, and that was different, and it was fun because people would come up to us, and instead of it just being like, it was a great show, which, like, after a minute, it's like, I don't want to. I already heard your laughs. Like, I don't need the praise. I don't want to sound humble. I'm not. I love the laughs. It's just like the after. It's like, but what was great about like the Dumb Dads live show is like the people coming up after, and then like your story. When you said this, it made me think of this, and then they start telling their own stories, and that's the stuff that I really love. And that is like the content that we make. We definitely curate it for our audience. I think. My hot take is I think anybody who says they do it just for themselves and doesn't think about the audience is lying. Like, I think they're lying. I think they're like, you have to think about your audience. You have to think, like, that's why stand-up comics go to open mics. It's like they're curating the joke. Like, they know what the punchline is. Now they're trying to figure out the way that it's going to work the best for an audience.
Yeah, and in a selfish way too, we're trying to get the most views. You're always hoping it's going viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, yes, there are some like things that we put in there that it's just like, I mean, I hope this whole thing works. I really like this joke.
Yeah.
And then you get disappointed when people don't, and you're like, yeah, I still think it's funny, but try not to do that too much.
Although virality always comes with a cost. Like it's always very fun up until maybe 1 million views. And then it's like, then you're out to this broader audience that maybe doesn't like
the trolls,
women at all or whatever.
Yeah.
And it gets a little negative for a minute. So it's kind of like it's still worth it, I guess. But
when it goes viral or virality, does it change your life at all? Is it just your ego? Does it change how does it?
For me,
just like, we did it.
It used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, virality still can, depending on now virality has to be really viral. Like it has to probably hit multiple platforms and maybe the news picks it up where again, early on, one video just getting
bizarre. Yeah.
It's so bizarre. But before one video getting 1 million views just on that platform was a huge deal.
Yeah.
We got
for them with the press conference, the first press conference.
That's when you broke out, right?
It was that combined
the press
with a
conference
video.
broke out, but way before that, 6 months before that, I did a video of Confessions of a Parent, which was just me telling secrets into a cabinets and drawers about the corners that I cut as a parent. Yeah. That was the first time we hit over 1 million. That one got us 60,000 followers in 5 days. And
that's crazy.
Just to give you an example of how far it went down, of how quickly virality. So one video on one platform, 1 million views, 60,000 followers, and then cut to 6 months later, the first press conference happens, which came out a day after I did, which Evan did. It came out a day after I did a video where I talked about my daughter being really mean to me. It was totally made up on the spot. Didn't happen because it was absurd. The things that my daughter was saying to me was she was 4 at the time with this video, and it was really cutting mean comments.
Yeah.
But I was that'd be funny if I just looked really sad in the camera, made it look real, this just happened. That went really viral. And then Evan did the press conference the next day. That went really viral. The internet picked up the press conference. It was on Good Morning America, Ellen, ESPN picked it up. All of these things, 60,000 followers also. It was same amount of followers, gained over the time. But it was
because the landscape changed.
The landscape changed.
Well, yeah, and then years
in
later,
just 6 months, one went insanely viral. Evan's first press conference blew up the internet, the whole internet.
Yeah.
That day, it controlled the internet, and it was the same return on investment.
Yeah.
So,
did you guys have any idea? Did he have any idea? He was all right, here's my next video, or was he nope, this is the one?
We knew it was good.
We knew it was good. He had showed it to me. The night before he planned on posting it. And I saw it. I had some notes for it. I was maybe trim this down because it was just a little long. Mm-hmm. And I was this is really good. If we tighten this up, leave him wanting more kind of thing. And then I remember I said to him, I was and I've never said this about his videos, about any of our videos. I was I can see this on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then the next day I posted that video of my daughter being mean. I was watching I had my kids and I was watching my nephews. And I just thought of this video, filmed it, sent it to her, go, do you think it's good? And she's I think it's funny. I was cool, whatever. Posted it, went viral. I texted Evan, do not post a video today. This one's got a life of its own. I don't want to overshadow your video. So let's let this ride for a day. So we rode that for a day. Then the next day he posted his. And then that one blew up. So we had an idea, but obviously not like that.
I remember he showed it to he was at our house and he showed me it. And I was if this doesn't blow up, I will send this to people. I will spend my day tweeting it, sending it to ESPN.
Yeah.
So I think I felt definitely stronger about it than I have a lot of videos. I don't often offer to do anything with your video.
But my favorite part of that.
I'm too competitive. I don't want
I'm too competitive. I'm not going to light your fire.
My favorite part of that press conference, that first one, was, I said, it took over the internet. It was insane. It was such a ride. Barstool, I think, wrote an article about it. Everybody was writing, we went on local news.
Yeah.
The reason I bring that up is because I want to emphasize that everybody picked it up. There's a shot in the beginning where Evan pulls a Lego out of his hair. Doesn't say anything. It's mid question, just pulls out a Lego, and then he
I know what you're saying.
and then he answers the questions. And in the comment section, people were "Oh my god, the Lego in the hair!" There were multiple comments saying that. So Annie, to kind of bump us up, because she has access to our account, she took the video and she sent it to Lego on their DMs and Instagram.
Oh, geez.
And it was hey, I don't know what you said. Something this video's, doing pretty well. There's a shout out to Lego in it. And they just wrote back after everything's going crazy. Like it's already crazy.
I think it's like a week later.
It's like, and Lego just went, really fun. Was there something wrong with one of your orders?
Yeah. Did you need customer service?
That was cute, but we're still Lego.
Okay.
Do you need something?
So, okay, now I have this question is how does comedy work? Like
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you must have a theory on how like comedy actually. I mean, I've heard you talk about setups, punchlines, and like you must have fully formed notion of like how does this phenomenon? Why is it meaningful for people?
God, I wish we did. I don't know that.
I think the best thing
again, I'll go back to Evan a little bit. Sorry, because he will sometimes wax poetic about comedy, and he'll he told me about the book that you guys read. I think it might have been Keegan Michael Key's book about sketches, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's a guy who's like got a whole book about how sketch comedy works, right? Like how it works in general. But so I'm just wondering if there's a behind the scenes thing that you can like, I don't know, shine a light on for me and anybody who just is like looking at a stand-up comedian going, they're so funny.
Yeah.
I think it's an amalgamation of things, at least for me, and I know you as well. I think one of the best things I've heard, which is like not like a surprise, is like magic and comedy are the same thing. In that like the whole point of magic is to like draw you in, get your focus, and then surprise you. And that is mostly what you like want to do with comedy is just have something normal and then really like pull the rug out. But a lot of that has to do with, again, what we were saying about like relatability. I think there could be somebody who is the least funny person you've ever met in your life. They can't even deliver like a two guys walking to the bar joke well, but yet they can sense the honesty of a joke. Like everybody has that instinct of like, this isn't authentic. And I think that's the comedy that does so well. It's why like Nate Bargatze is so popular right now, because all of his stuff is just about like how he is honestly dumb. And not to say that that's the only way to do comedy. That's just, I'd say the comedy that Annie and I have always been drawn to. We both did UCB.
With truth and comedy.
I've done Groundlings, and I love playing characters. They're so fun. I think I don't want to say I thrive more, but I will definitely say I think I can like live more in the characters of like the everyday. And I think just like noticing the things that are like insane in life.
Yeah.
And in everything that you do is like some of it is so dumb.
Yeah.
All of the time.
It's good to have each other to bounce ideas off of too. It's funny, people say like, oh, you're both comedians or whatever, that must be so fun. But what we do a lot is like, why is that funny? And then we try to break it down when we laugh at something. But we also both have like kind of different comedic sensibilities to a certain extent. Like Kevin grew up loving Jim Carrey and I couldn't stand him as a kid. And I grew up loving Frasier. It was like two very different.
Very different.
I love really real conversational comedy, and Kevin is great at physical bits.
Yeah.
But then we come together and we're also great at like writing dialogue together and writing jokes together. But I think it does come down to like I said, like looking for nuance in relationships and parenting and stuff. It all comes back to our training at UCB, where we did read the book Truth and Comedy with Del Close. And it's all about finding the seed of truth and then kind of exploding it into something bigger and just raising the stakes and raising the stakes. I don't always remember to raise the stakes. And on social media, I don't know that people often do.
Actually, about Keegan Michael Key, he was interviewed and he described social media, and it was like, I felt like he was like 70% right about this, but he was saying like the comedy on social media, which he probably thinks he's 70% right too. He's like, they're all called blackout sketches, which in like sketch comedy, when you do a sketch, it's usually like 3 to 5 minutes depending. And you're heightening the whole time, So if like the whole thing is like the guy, like, hiccups every time he gets nervous, by the end, he's not talking and he's just hiccuping and it's ridiculous, right? Like that's how you would ramp up for 5 minutes. His whole thing is like, it's just hiccup, the video's over. Like you kind of just start at the highest. And that is what blackout sketches are. When you like would go to a sketch show, it's the ones that like come out, hits a joke, then the stage blacks out, and then you're moving on to maybe a longer sketch. And I do think that is probably part of social media is like, there's not a ton of heightening, but the best ones that you see do heighten. I mean, our press conferences, for instance, that is like the ones that do the best for us, they don't heighten. It's not a good thing or a bad thing, but it is just, it's a press conference of a day. Yeah. It doesn't like now go to the national stage and now we're like interviewed in front of the Capitol building with the microphones, which is probably what you would end up doing with it. Or having like the Tiger Woods apology by the end of it, where it started at like right off the side of a golf course, right? Yeah. And the same with our date night one that we did that went viral. That was just like, she's like, I'm going to go to bed. And I was like, or I'm going to go lay down with the kids. I'll be out for a minute. I was like, I'll see you tomorrow. And it doesn't really heighten from there, besides having an out of me waking her up in the kids' room. But I would say that was what they do.
Well, how are you guys doing? How's your marriage?
It's good. Him working in the office now, we're in this new stage where we're sometimes like, ships passing in the night, which is a new weird stage for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're doing well.
Yeah. I think I sometimes feel unsettled when I'm not like with you enough. I've said that to you recently. Like I think the other day I was like, can you please call me during lunch? I just like need to have my like anchor for a second.
Yeah.
I think we had like such a good system for so long. So I was a stay-at-home dad from the moment my daughter was born up until I started this finance job about 8-9 months ago. And even doing Dumb Dads, originally I was bartending, but I was only bartending nights. So like my wife would do bedtime those 3 nights. Sometimes I would put the kids down. Like I worked very late. But then she would go to work the next day and I would be with the kids. And so our dynamic was always that. So I was always handling everything that had to be done and like handle like going to the doctors, taking the kids to the zoo, like handling a pickup drop off at school 99% of the time because you work from home. I was handling all of it, but she was handling kind of the scheduling of it. The non-doctor's appointments. I was doing all that stuff, but like we have this event this time, like so she was handling that. So we had a good thing. I will say we're probably struggling a little bit, mostly me.
Overscheduled?
Well, just because now I'm in an office 3 days a week and I'm at home 2 days a week. So I think when I'm in the office and then coming home, I mean, I'm gone for 13 hours, partly by choice. I leave for work really early so that I can do Dumb Dads and stuff. But I think that's probably where I'm probably shortchanging our family a little bit. It's not to be a pity party. We all have stuff we got to do. And I think it's just definitely been an adjustment figuring that out. Cause like for 9 years, I was the guy who could go and do the things. And then, we got this weekend. Great. Like, and now it's like, well, I'm not there to be the guy. So I've got to be better about the scheduling and stuff like that. So it's definitely been an adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like, one thing, whether this is comedy or not, in fact, thinking about your idea of comedy versus magic, I've heard people describe magic as the one piece of like entertainment / art form that people are actively trying to ruin for themselves. Like, how did you do that? How did you do that? It seems like comedy isn't quite that, but it seems like part of the DNA of any good comedy is that you can't take yourself too seriously. So as you navigate phases and challenges and like shifts in the dynamic or the geography of your house, like it seems like you're really good at kind of appreciating that we could definitely overthink this and ruin this and make it a big deal, or we could maybe not take it so seriously and just figure out how to do the next thing. That seems like it's I don't know, it's embedded at least in the way that you're talking to each other and about this all stuff.
Yeah. And I'm pretty like, I always say exactly what's on my mind, maybe to a fault. And I'm very honest with my feelings. And I feel like Kevin is the strong silent type, but he's good about reading me. And I think we both just look at each other as like knowing, I always know his intentions are good. I always know he's, so I think always looking at your partner as like, I know exactly who you are. I know your intentions are good. I'm going to give you a little clue into what's happening in my brain and how I could use some extra help.
Yeah.
And you're always great about taking those notes. You could probably give me a few more notes, but I'm happy to believe I'm
not doing
pitching
that.
a perfect game.
Not doing that.
Nope.
No, thank you.
Do it right now.
Give me notes.
It's time.
In front of a therapist.
Okay, fine. Here we go.
This would be the time.
I will say, and this is a little blue, so feel free to cut it.
Oh. Where are we going?
Well, I thought this before I was working in an office. Like I've thought this for years, and it's again just a dumb thought, but it's just like what I think about. I don't know, like humanity, and I don't know if it's from us doing comedy forever. Like I've been doing comedy intentionally since I was like 18. Now 41, and I just like people being too serious. I get there's moments for seriousness. Like I'm not like thinking everything is whatever. What's a nihilist? I'm not like that. But like I just think when people are very serious all the time, it's weird to me. And like I think about people in like suits at like jobs that are very serious all the time. And now I work in a place where people are in suits and serious all the time. Yeah. And it's funny to me because like people are like very serious and like, you need to take me seriously. Yeah. And I'm an important person, especially like politicians and stuff. And it's like, hey man, like every once in a while, like you have to poop really bad. And like pooping is funny. Yeah. And like every once in a while, like somebody in a suit who was just yelling at somebody because they're very important had to run to the toilet, like barely going to make it. And that's just funny to me. Like that's a funny thing. Like everybody's like takes everything too seriously. And I'm like, yeah, but we're all like weird humans, like just squishy people trying to figure things out. Like, let's just have some fun.
It's the book, Everybody Poops.
Everybody poops.
I got to tell you, man, poop jokes are not my favorite.
No?
They're number 2.
Oh,
hey, yeah. Well done.
All right, I gotta cut you off. We gotta go do our JOBs and try and feed our families and stuff. It's been awesome talking to you. I'm so grateful that you came on.
Thank you.
Do you want to point anybody anywhere? Do you want to tell them like, I don't know, the internet kind of teams that give people access to if you're looking, but how do we find out who you guys are and how to care about your life?
Yeah, sure. I'm at Annie LaFerrier on Instagram and TikTok.
And I'm at the Dumb Dads on all social media as well.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Well, I love you guys. I was grateful to be able to run into you in January and glad that you came on. And thanks for coming on and telling us a little bit about how all this works in your life.
Thanks so much for having us. This is really nice.
You can find both Annie and Kevin online at their Instagram handles. You know, the Dumb Dads are out and about doing their thing, and Annie and Kevin sometimes collaborate together on her page. So go find them and follow them, particularly if you're in the mood for a little bit of levity around parenting. It is a hard job. And I've said for years, I don't remember if I said it on the podcast or not, but I think parenting young adults is harder than parenting young kids. But the bottom line is it's challenging. It pushes us to our limits. And I feel for you, and I'm wishing only good things for you. Again, please go ahead and check us out on Instagram. You can follow me on Substack at Stuff I Write. Please do leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or at Spotify. And as always, I'll thank you for the time and attention you're putting into making your relationship better today than it was yesterday.